3, 2, 1.
So what's up, guys? This is TRG. It's called The Right Generation Podcast. We're just talking about everything and anything. My name's Steph. Some people know me, some people don't. My host is Jackie.
Hi, guys. My name is Jackie, like she said. We're talking about everything here. Personally, a little background on myself. Student, getting my bachelor's. I love cooking, baking. A white girl, I love pink stuff, everything shiny, princess. Play the violin, and we got 3 cats.
But yeah, our cats' names are Gigi, Mittens, and Duty.
Which Duty just had an ear hematoma. If anybody knows what an ear hematoma is, it's terrible for any animal. So he's just going through it right now. But we love him.
Anyways, about me and Jackie are getting married. We are lesbians. Yeah. But I'm 28. I'm getting my bachelor's too in engineering, which I'm still confused about, but that's just life. You're confused about everything and shit. But yeah, we'll have moments where we'll talk about our own life stories, what we've gone through, and I've gone through plenty of crazy stuff that we could probably talk forever. But we're gonna get into our first topic, but I am gonna let you guys know that we do have 2 co-hosts that are not with us. They will be talking with us from time to time, but they won't be around all the time because people got their own lives too.
Our name is The Right Generation, TRG. We are a podcast. We're going to be talking about pretty much everything and anything, events going on, news articles, things that we find interesting, things that are trending. We will do interviews on people who, we find interesting, local artists, since we are in the Central Florida area, and we are going to talk to other people who have different life experiences that maybe can give us, some different kinds of perspective on life.
Good vibes.
Yeah. We won't get too crazy political unless, it gets there.
Or somebody wants to, talk about something that Trump said.
You could always get a hold of us through social media and give us suggestions for articles or something that you want to maybe hear us discuss. But for now, we are going to talk about 13 Reasons Why, that Netflix original series. It's about the girl who ends up, killing herself and leaves cassette tapes for her 13 reasons to find out what they did wrong.
Here's a little bit of so you can hear the show itself.
A rumor based on a kiss ruined a memory that I hoped would be special. In fact, it ruined just about everything. And that was the beginning of the end for me.
So in this show, 13 Reasons Why, the girl who committed suicide, her name was Hannah Baker. And basically she leaves behind these cassette tapes, and like Jackie was saying, it's the 13 reasons why she took her life. And it sucks because nowadays, not necessarily it went in that way, but people go through things and
are being bullied at schools, and it's becoming a real issue. So it kind of puts perspective on it and sheds some light on maybe some things our older generation doesn't really understand what's going on in high schools nowadays. I think bullying is a little bit different than what it was when they were in, high school. It was being thrown in trash cans. Now it's elementary, middle school, talking crap about each other and having sex. So, it's just crazy now. But overall, I enjoyed the show. I thought it really did shed light on some crazy events that are probably happening to girls already in schools. And how did you like it, Steph?
But I liked it. I actually know a local high school student. She's 14, turning 15, and she's watching the show, of course. And she told me that there was letters sent out to parents' homes, letting them know about this show that came out on Netflix. And he told me that kids are not taking it as seriously as the show wants you to take it as. They're actually pranking kids and yelling in the hallways, "This is your tape." Keying up people's cars, in students' cars in the parking lot. And from what I know of, at this high school, there's about 5 kids that can't go to prom and aren't able to graduate because of what they did. And it shouldn't have been an outcome to something like that, which is very crazy on how you see high school. Because when I was in high school, I mean, yeah, there was some bullying, but it wasn't to the point where it drove people to kill themselves. Like, this is like this generation, which is why we're called the right generation, because, like, we have the right mind frame. We've all gone through our own stuff, but at one point there was a good generation, and I believe that's our parents' generation that pass it on to us, so we know right from wrong, even though we all had trial and error. But in the end, nobody should get treated in that way. And it sucks. And I read people's comments that they leave about the show. I have 100 and something reasons why I want to kill myself, but I didn't do it. But listen, it doesn't matter. Everybody's different. This girl, it only took her 13 reasons, and that's her story, not nobody else's.
We're excited to find out that there is a second season coming, so we are definitely looking forward to hearing the ending of some of that. There are some speculations on, who, was in the ambulance at the end of the series. So it is a very good cliffhanger.
We don't want to, jump into details because we don't know who has seen it and who hasn't. But it's strong. I'm not going to lie. I'm a stud. And if many of you don't know what that is, it's a lesbian that dresses like a dude but doesn't want to be called a butch because that's fucked. But anyway. It took me to another place. It fucked my head up for a couple days. Sorry for the language, but your discretion is advised. But anyways, it really, I cried. That's my pride.
I had definitely
I cried for
a few moments of crying.
With a beer in my hand, but yeah.
It
was good. It was a good show. I think everybody should watch it. It sends great message. And it's just sad to see that these kids are not taking it as seriously as they should. And, if anybody ever is going through anything like that,
please reach out to us. Anyway, you can find us on social
media. Or reach out to someone that's close to you. There's always somebody that cares. That show is intense, yeah. All right, so here's a little bit of a last-minute trailer so you guys can get a little brief of what she has to say and what other people have to say that are in those 13 tapes.
To tell you the story of my life. More specifically, why my life ended.
If one thing had gone differently somewhere along the line, maybe none of this would have happened.
People were starting to talk. I had to do something.
Whatever Hannah thought she saw, she lied about it.
Maybe I'll never know why you did what you did. I can make you understand how it felt. If you want to know the truth, just press play.
So yeah, there you go. There's a little bit of the trailer if you're interested, and you have Netflix. I mean, we binged watched it in what? 2.5 days, I want to say.
Yeah.
13 episodes out, 1 hour long. We listened to the recording and we're like, we need to elaborate a little bit more on this and talk more about the show itself. So if you haven't seen it, I would stop listening because we're probably gonna get in a little bit in too depth with it and we might mess it up for you. So Jackie's gonna start off with basically a little overview of, who Hannah Baker is and stuff like that.
So, Hannah Baker's just, a normal teenage girl. She moves to a town. Her family owns a drugstore, Baker Drugs.
Or pharmacy.
Pharmacy or whatever. And she comes to this new town looking for pretty much a new start, and things just go bad, as the trailer said. She had her first kiss, and then that turned into a rumor that pretty much she had sex with the guy, and
Which is the first tape.
and there's just a whole bunch of drama that involves him, Justin, and his series of lies, because he lies about many things in these episodes that involve him, his girlfriend, and his friends. So there's a lot that happens. Hannah's best friend is Jessica at the beginning when she first moved to this new town, and they were really close, very similar personalities. They got along very well. And then, Jessica got popular because she started dating
Alex, which was another person that they brought into their group because all three of them were new students. So they had a little clique and whatever, and then they threw Hannah to the sidelines for a while, and she found out that they actually had a thing going on, and it was pretty messed up. It hurt her feelings a lot.
But essentially, Hannah Baker went through a whole series of events, including, she was involved in an accident. She was also, involved in
a stupid list that boys make about who has the biggest ass and this and that. And obviously, she was the one with the biggest ass, even though the list wasn't intentionally to harm her. It was to basically mess with someone else. But, which was Jessica. Alex wrote the note. I mean, if you've seen the show, and it messed with Hannah's head. So, like, it just, things started escalating, and it was small stuff, little things that,
But then it progressed into, Hannah witnessing a rape, Hannah being raped, Hannah being stalked, photos being leaked. There's a lot of
her, Jessica, they weren't friends anymore. She wound up seeing her get raped by the same guy that raped her. And it's just crazy to know that, like,
people are willing to cover it up throughout the whole series. Everybody is willing to cover everything up and let Hannah Baker be thrown to the side pretty much, and not have her family get justice on all the wrongdoing, because her parents are unaware of these tapes. They have no note, they have nothing. She just slit her wrist in the bathtub, and that was it. Her parents have no idea immediately until the end of the series about the tapes, because she left it with a trusted friend, Tony, who is involved in pretty much every episode, but you mainly follow a character named Clay, and Clay is madly in love with Hannah.
But it's too shy to even.
He's just a nerdy guy, and
but he's a good guy. He just doesn't know how to talk to girls, and he feels like if he would have just said something, anything, he could have changed that. And I do have a clip of Clay, and I am gonna play that. Here it is.
No, not ever. I love you, Hannah.
Why didn't you say this to me when I was alive? Clay? Helmet? Your name does not belong on this list.
Feel these "Don't Kill Yourself" posters up on the wall? They weren't up before. They put them up because she killed herself.
Abby! Come on, honey. It's okay. You're okay. You're fine.
Oh, God.
You're fine. You're fine.
I cost a girl her life because I was afraid to love her. Can't love someone back to life. I can try.
Just listening to that makes me kind of emotional. But, like, there's a video behind it. Like, it's from Instagram. So, I'm just playing it off my phone, and it happens to sound good. And, yeah, just looking at it, like, it really touches the heart, like, really hard. And we only went through, we only said 5 people or 4 people's names that are on those 13 tapes. And, like, we didn't really mention anybody else because we want you guys to, like, really watch it and, like, feel the emotion behind it and know that there's people that are out there that are really going through something like this. You know, that's how come we wanted to add a little spoiler, you know, a little bit so you could understand why, you know, we want people to watch this show.
Or why other people are interested in it and what it can bring, you know, what light it could bring to the table for, you know, teenagers and stuff that are going through this. Because, you know, in the situation that Jessica was raped, she was unconscious. So she barely remembers it. And Hannah happened to be watching in the room, so she saw the whole thing and what happened. And
she was obviously hiding.
You know, she didn't do anything. She just
was scared.
She was just terrified of the situation.
And she was drunk too.
Yeah. So that, you know, even Jessica didn't come forward about her rape because she was unaware until really the tapes, and Justin tried to hide it because Justin was her boyfriend, and he tries to hide the fact that she got raped and saying that Hannah was a liar, and you know, there's all this controversy, but you know, in the end,
everything comes out.
Jessica realizes the truth and finds it out, and you know, Justin calls the rapist out to his face and says, you know, don't hang out with him. He's a rapist. He raped Hannah and he raped Jessica. And at the end, Jessica finally found the strength to speak up to her father, or what it seems to be is speaking up about the rape that happened to her. We won't really know until the new season, obviously, because that's another cliffhanger they left us with. But
they are with the new season, and I know it's mostly going to be about the trial, because when the kids were getting subpoenas, you know, some kids were saying stuff, and at the end of the season, the parents do get the tapes. So, but not
soon enough.
Not the tapes themselves. A USB drive of the tape. But next episode we're going to talk about is everybody's interested in these little fidget spinners, and I have a couple of them. I have a family member that actually 3D prints some of them, and it's
one of our co-hosts has a 3D printer, and he printed it for us, so we're definitely excited to talk about that
and other things that are trending out there. Don't know too much yet what we got, but we're gonna do some research, see what people are talking about, give you our insight, talk about stuff that's been going on, what's been going on in our lives. Sorry. You know, this is our first time recording, so it's not gonna be perfect, but we're trying. So yeah, we'll catch y'all next time, I guess.
Yeah. Stay around, and we'll, you know, add us on social media, and let us know what you think. Comments, you know.
Yeah, and you know, feedback, whatever, if you liked it or not. So, you know.
Come on.
We'll see you later.
TRG.